Welcome everyone to Morning Moments, where we believe that one moment is enough to change a life. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you all. We're back. Sorry I'm late. It wasn't my fault. The computer had to restart, and it took a long time. It did. How are you? Welcome to your new week. It's minus a day, so it's a short week. You don't have to have the Monday blues because it's Tuesday. So let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Let's get going. Let's get popping. I do have a word from the Lord today. It is a good one. It is a good one. It affects us all. It affects us all. We're going to be talking about today how to obtain mental strength. How to obtain mental strength. Anybody want mental strength? Strength enough to overcome, strength enough to go through it, strength enough to win in it, strength enough to not allow it to wear you, right? Not allowing it to wear you out, right? Not allowing it to wear you down, but toughness, mental toughness, mental strength, mental overcoming power, mental tenacity. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, those that are joining. We're talking about mental muscle, mental strength, mental endurance. You can change the world with your mind. You can build a nation with your mind. It's strong enough. Yes, it is. It's a strong element. We just have to learn about it, learn how to control it, learn what it does to affect us negatively, learn how to affect it positively, and then we can live victoriously with God. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the privilege to obtain wisdom, knowledge, and mental strength. We declare and decree today that we will all have more mental strength. Thank you for opening up the understanding. Thank you for opening up the avenue of growth for us today. Thank you for planting seeds of strength. We need to live stronger. We waver too much. We are not steadfast and unmovable. We are wavering and weak. We don't want to be wavering and weak. We want to be steadfast and unmovable. And these things we claim in your name, Jesus. And it is so. Amen. We got a lot to learn about mental strength. It develops within you. You have the capability to understand that you have mental strength. You do. You have it, you possess it, you own it, you walk with it every day. You've got to understand your principles in which you live. You've got to let go of blaming things, blaming circumstances, blaming situations, blaming your childhood, blaming what you are, what you went through, who did what. You got to let go all of that if you're going to obtain mental strength, because that doesn't matter. It has no effect on your present mind state. Who did what? what your mama did, what your daddy did, what this one did, the abuse, all of that we went through as kids growing up down our journey, it is not a part of our mental strength. Your mental strength must be built on principles. You must understand the origin of it, where it comes from, why I have it, and why I must remain strong in it. Understanding your mental principle is your first step. And then you gotta question your assumptions, right? You can't assume all that things are correct. You can't assume people did things on purpose. You have to question, you have to have the ability to question your assumptions, right? Good morning, First Lady. Good morning, my God sister. We jump to assumptions. We do. We do. When things happen, we jump to conclusions, but you have to form a habit. We're talking about mental strength. How to obtain mental strength is so important. You must maintain a habit of questioning your assumption. Maybe that's not right. Let me think about this. What could be some other possibilities in this scenario? The other thing is be open to information. You got to be open to it. Some of y'all close it down before you even reach your spirit. You got to be open. You gotta listen. You gotta learn. You have to feed yourself with growth. Good morning, my sister Diane. You have to feed yourself with growth. You have to grow. You're only going to be as strong as your mental growth. Some of us are feeding our minds with too much junk, too much foolishness, too much negativity. We're not going to be able to grow with our mental capacity living on that level. I want to live above where I am. Place your mind on things above. That's the word. Things on above, things that are higher than your thoughts, things that cause your mind to grow. Mm. Give it the right food each day. You have to look at problems as opportunities because problems are going to come. But if you look at problems as opportunities, you will start to run towards the problems because they will open up as opportunities. Um, and how do you do that? You have to understand that your value is inherited. Nobody determines my value. Nobody actions or circumstances or things adjust my value. I know what my value is. I know what my worth is. If you understand your worth and your values, then you can understand and be confident. You can start to be steadfast and a little bit unmovable because you like, mm-mm, I know who I am. When you stand on that, your failure becomes information. Your failures become things that you learn from. And you no longer afraid of failing, right? Because failing actually brings you benefits. Failing in life brings you benefits. Rejection, it loses its sting because you're like, you reject me? Okay, that's okay. I still know who I am, and I know whose I am, and I know why I'm here, and I know my value, and I know my purpose, and I know why I'm on this journey. And let me not assume things. Let me evaluate, get some knowledge out of this, get some information out of this that I can use to even become stronger. Oh, come on. Those that despitefully use you, those that try to hurt you, those that throw darts at you, those that attack you, they actually don't understand. They're making you stronger. They're bringing you more information. They're bringing you more knowledge of how to win. Come on. Anybody ready to go on this journey? You have to wake up and say, I'm responsible for my life. That's where most of us miss the boat. We want to blame everybody for where we are but ourselves. We want to blame everybody for our failures but our own selves. You failed because you didn't have enough mental strength not to. It's just that simple. I'm going to say that again. You failed because we didn't have enough mental strength not to fail. It's your fault. Somebody say it's my fault that I failed. But I'm a live determined. I'm a live responsible. I'm a live paying attention to my opportunities. I'm a live understanding my value, understanding who I am. I'm a live like that so that my failures now are going to become opportunities that are going to bring me information to make me stronger. Am I helping anybody right now? Mental strength has no limitations. Mm. You can be as strong as you want to be. Mm. You can do all you want to do. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I've gotten a lot of calls from all old friends, new friends, used to be friends. Everybody was calling, giving me their sympathy, right? And I told we were talking about my mom, and I was saying people shot at the fact that I fall forward. That's what I call it. Falling forward. What do you mean falling forward? When I fall, it's a forward motion. I fall to the next level. I fall to the next project. I fall to the next opportunity. I fall forward and I bounce back and I land on my feet and I achieve goals and I make things happen. And I was talking to her and she was like, well, Marvy, you've always been the kind of person that made things happen. You've always been the kind of person that don't fail. Good morning, Freddie. You always been the kind of person that achieve things. And I said, do you know who my mother was? My mother was Mother Geraldine Marvell Wright Miller. No, my mother was Mother Geraldine Marvell Miller Wright. I said that wrong. Okay. And the effect that she had on so many women in this world, she changed so many women's lives in this world. You think about her and you think about what she meant to you and your life. Imagine living in a house with her. I told my friend, I said, do you really think that woman didn't raise me to be great? Do you really think that woman didn't raise me to know how to not to fail forward? Did you really think that woman didn't raise me to have a strong mental mentality in your mind and to win? Do you really? Do you really think she would skip over the female in her home? I said, honey, I was homeschooled and I was raised to be great. I tell everybody, both of my parents raised me to be great. If I'm not great, it's my own fault because they raised me to be great. If you're not great, it's your own fault because you have a mentality that can change your trajectory in your whole world to be great. Use it. Your mind will never rise above your thoughts. Mm. Your mental mentality will never rise amongst higher than your thoughts. So you got to raise your thoughts. Somebody put on the timeline right now, I got to raise my thoughts. My thoughts are too low. I'm thinking too low. I'm receiving too much low information. I'm bottom feeding. I ain't trying to feed from the bottom. I'm trying to rise to the top. Knowledge produces wisdom. But you got to be willing to fail. A lot of us miss the boat because we're afraid of failure. Failure ain't going to do nothing but make you stronger. Failure is not going to do anything but teach you things. Failure is not going to do anything but get you to the finish line so much faster. Got lipstick everywhere. It's going to get you there so much faster. Anybody ready? Mental, living with mental limitations, that's a prison. It's worse than any prison with guards, guns, walls, and barbed wire, and all of that. When you have a mental prison that limits you from trying, that limits you from growing, that limits you from stretching, that limits you from being open to new things, that limits you from trying new things, trying new areas, being involved in different places, people, and things. It limits you. We're going to break out of our mental prisons, and we're going to live free, and we're going to grow in God. I'm doing it. How about you? Are you going to join me in this mental strength? Give us mental strength, God. We want to be mentally strong in you. We got to be. It's a necessity for us to get mentally strong in you. I love you with the love of Christ. Have a fabulous day. We'll be back on tomorrow.